So today is actually day 2 of this whole video series. Today was NFP Friday on the charts for trading. I did not end up taking a trade today, and I kind of just want to go over why I didn't take a trade, because there was a potential entry that I do want to go over. And yeah, other than the charts, I didn't move my setup back. You guys can probably see I got the lighting and everything. In the background should be this whole phone panel that I got going on. So yeah, hopefully the lighting is a little bit better. So yeah, other than that, I'm just going to hop on my desktop and just go over the trade. So now that I'm currently on desktop, I'm going to just go over the trade, how there was a potential trade entry and why I ended up not taking it. So let me just start off from news. Like I said, NFP high impact news was 7:30, so I'll not be entering trades beforehand because it is high impact news. And so yeah, so coming in from here, my daily bias before the news was I was going to be looking for shorts. I recognize we do have Monday lows on both ES and NQ. We do have Monday lows, so I was most likely not going to trade away from that. That's not what I usually do. So yeah, from there, and then from there, so yeah, again, I'm looking for shorts, and then I'm waiting for NFP. So NFP right up here, I actually did mark out a SMT. This does come into play as to why I was able to flip my bias. So coming into NFP, I saw that we did take out these kind of lows. We did take out these lows right up here, which ended up not getting taken out on NQ. So again, I did see these as protected swings right up here. I did feel comfortable trading away from it if we are just continuing to trade to the upside. And NFP comes in. Wait, what is this? Sorry about that. So yeah, NFP does come into play, and we kind of just trade straight up, right? And so we trade to the upside. I also want to mention I did have these daily highs also marked out. I did have those marked out as potential take profits. And from here, right, again, for me, whenever I flip my bias is whenever this candle formed at 8:10. We have a change in state of delivery, and we continue to trade to the upside before market open. So again, if I was gonna be looking for shorts like my initial bias, I would expect us not to have a change in the state and us continue to either consolidate and then potentially, just kind of have like a manipulation move and us trade to the downside, which ended up not happening. So yeah, from there I flip my bias, right? Coming into market open, I'm just looking for longs. I expect this change in state. I expect these lows to hold. We already had a change of state. I'm looking for a continuation confluence to the upside right as market opens. And that did end up happening right up here. So again, change in the state of delivery, looking for those highs. I could have potentially probably taken off most of my position, extended it, and yeah, I could have even got 3R on this trade, potentially 3R on this trade. So yeah, now this was a pretty clean entry, right? Everything played out I flipped my bias because I had valid reasons to flip my bias because of how NFP traded, and we were failing to close to the downside. And the reason why I did not end up taking entry, and I do still think this was definitely a valid entry because we were already in a continuation, but the reason why I didn't end up taking it was this candle right up here, okay? Right as we have a change in the state, 3 minutes into market open, I did recognize this was the candle that formed on NQ. So that's the candle that currently formed. So that's when I kind of hesitated in the moment. We were certainly already in a continuation, and it was super clean, right? This whole price movement, we have 5-minute change in NFP, traced it upside, 5-minute change in state, into market open, 3 minutes into market open, we have a change in state. I mean, it was pretty much just a perfect, right? It was perfect into what I was looking for, and we did have highs that I could easily target. So yeah, quick little hesitation right up here. Definitely next time I will be just, next time definitely just take the trade right up there. Unless we had like a change in the state right up here, right? Unless I think though, the reason why is because we were still sort of like failing to close below. So I think if we continued, if this body of the candle, if we formed a body and it closed like over in this area, like right out to this low, if we traded that, then yes, I think it was valid for me to hesitate to not take the entry. But because of how he traded, again, it's a little bit messy, right? It was a little bit messy for NQ, so I think that's a little valid for me to hesitate there. But yeah, next time definitely just take that entry. We were failing to close below this candle, so we were failing to close below, so there was no change in the state to the downside. Okay, there was no change in state to the downside, which again, that's another reason as to why this should have been, it could have easily been a valid entry. So yeah, a couple lessons to learn from. Through NFP, I think I navigated around NFP pretty well. Other than the execution part, I didn't navigate it well. I did recognize how we didn't have a change in the state up right up here. We were just continuing to trade to the upside. I had valid highs to be taken out. We had a SMT as forming a protected swing, and we continued to trade it upsides. Yeah, it was just more of an execution. Definitely could have taken that trade. But yeah, just a few lessons to learn from. So yeah, slight hesitation there. Missed the entry on a slight hesitation, but again, I didn't try to like revenge trade it to the downside, because again, that was my model coming into today. Right as I flipped my bias, this was a high. Right as we traded up to the high, I was not going to trade an entry from there. So yeah, that's pretty much what my trade was. So while I was editing that video, I realized that I was just talking a lot. Like I was talking way too much for the outro. So that's a quick little outro. Again, Saturday, Sunday markets will be closed, but I will be posting other content on here. Monday, I usually don't take trades. So again, Monday will also be just other content. And from there, if I do end up taking trades, I'll be going over trade recaps from the week on. And yeah, so make sure you guys do subscribe, like, comment, and follow all those socials, because I will be posting every single day.